We're one of the few insurance brokers who, under our standard policy, we include professional indemnity cover for the coaches, captains and the officials, so match officials, so the umpires and scorers. The reason why that's important is it's not generally given. It's certainly not included under the Coaching Association insurances nor the ACO insurances. From my experience as a coach, I want to make sure that all my liabilities are covered when I'm coaching, because I don't want to pick up anything personally when I'm working on behalf of the club or working on behalf of Surrey or whoever else. Under standard policies, they'll cover the public liability. So if there's an accident arising out of coaching on the day, that's covered. What appears not to be covered, and the reason why we put the cover in place, was if someone comes back to you years after you've coached them and actually say that their earning capacity has been reduced due to your coaching methods. An example would be if you fail to pick up a mixed action in the bowler where the hips and shoulders aren't in line. So if that in some way has caused them not to be able to pursue their chosen career, then they'd have the right to come back against the coach. Similarly, if an umpire is accused of not restraining a bowler from short pitch bowling, that again is another area where sometime later there could be an action against the umpire. And with the captain also, if the captain consistently puts players in catching positions without unnecessary equipment, then again at some time in the future, if someone's been injured and that reduces their overall earning capacity, then they could come back against the captain. I think, with so much pressure now on clubs to run their junior sections well, obviously for both the earning capacity but also the sustainability of the clubs, there is more pressure on coaches. More coaches are being drawn into the clubs, whether they're qualified or unqualified, and they do have responsibility, obviously for the players at the time, but also to look at their future. You are being put in a situation where you have to pick up on things early in a player's career and try to make sure that they remain safe. We're seeing in other sports, particularly gymnastics, where coaches are being pursued 10 years later by gymnasts who claim that their physical injuries are as a result of the coaching that took place at the time. So although we haven't really seen that yet in cricket, there's every chance, the way society is, that might come in the future.
So potentially I could go back to my school coach and say, look, you didn't coach me well enough and I could have been playing for England.
No. That maybe wasn't his fault. That may be just a crashing lack of talent. But the important thing is, had you been a strapping fast bowler but you'd had a mixed action, and then years later you'd had a chance to be a professional rugby player, but obviously you couldn't because your back wasn't strong enough because of the poor coaching you received, then you'd have a chance to go back and say, "Boy, you've cost me £100,000 a year as a professional rugby player, thanks to you not picking up the fact I had a mixed action."
Crikey.